Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. You are tuned in to one of the top blogs on YouTube, Big Mike's blog. I am your humble host, Big Mike, coming to you from my home. Welcome. So I've been on a flurry of blogs recently. So I did two this morning on the recent killings of people by police. You can watch those, and let me know what you think about them. I did just recently see that there's actually been some retaliation, unfortunately. So before I get to mine, my condolences to the police that have been killed. Let's stop the violence. Let's stop killing each other, please. Police and people alike, because that's not necessary. Um, that's my one point. I'll end it on that. So I've talked about all that I've talked about that serious stuff. I've put my opinion out there. You can watch it. Let me know what you think. This one, however, this blog is gonna be a little more lighter. Because I like to kind of mix it up. I don't like to just do serious ones all the time. So I've actually gotten two people actually in the last 2 days to tell me to do a blog on this. So I have decided to, like I said, I'm a man of the people. I like to give the people what they want. So people have asked me to do this, so I will do it for them. So my coworker, actually, one of my good friends, actually, my homies, and another person, a woman that I met, actually, asked me to do a blog on my interactions or my dealings on the different dating sites that are out there. And there are many. There are a shit ton of dating sites out there. There's, like Plenty of Fish, Bumble, Tinder, OkCupid, Zooks, eHarmony, Match, all the lovely dating sites out there. So, and due to the fact that most men do not give their perspectives on their forays into the dating websites, I felt like, why not? Because I don't really care. I don't really, I'm very candid and open about when it comes to my dealings on those sites. So I figured, what the hell? I'll give my opinions and let the people think let the people think what they think and give me their opinions on my opinions on those said topics or said matters, like rambling on there. So I will talk about just three specifically because I could, do like 10,000 blogs on just those dating sites, but I'm only going to narrow it to three specific sites. So, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, and Bumble are the three that I will discuss. Okay? So, I'm going to discuss Plenty of Fish first because I've been on that site the longest out of the other two. Or three, sorry, and just my dealings have been more extensive, so to speak. And it's been around, I think, the longest out of those two, out of the other three. So, yeah, so Plenty of Fish, it's been around since dinosaurs roamed the earth. I met my ex-wife on Tinder. Or, sorry, not Tinder, Plenty of Fish. Many, 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 many moons ago, before Twitter existed and Instagram. That's where I met my ex on. When I first joined it, I was getting barely any messages on there at all. I was like 24 when I was on there, so I wasn't really getting a lot of love on Plenty of Fish. So, I was on there. My ex messaged me actually first. I didn't really message her because you have that option on Plenty of Fish where people don't have to message you. So I went on there, joined, and like I said, Max, and now I didn't join after that for a few years. I actually went back on last year because I actually didn't join Playing Fish till last year. I think I joined in March last year initially, and I was on it for about 3 months and talked to a few people, met a few people. Wasn't really I was on it, but I wasn't really getting much messages or any interest or any traction, so to speak. So I eventually deleted it in June, and also too, I was in a period where I was looking for work, and that became my priority, not dating. So I had no interest in being in a relationship. So I rejoined again in November last year. I rejoined, and got a few messages. Some people talked to me, some people didn't. Overall, I would say my encounters on Plenty of Fish have been interesting, to say the least. Um, I think I've noticed that on Plenty of Fish, there's like two different types of women, I guess, on there, or there's three. There's the one woman who is like looking for a relationship yesterday, and she's like, I want to be in a relationship now. Or there are the girls that are on there and they're just kind of like whatever. And then there's the girls that are in between, you know. And there's girls that are on there that know what they want, know what they're looking for. You know, they have a laundry list of all the things that they want and look for in a guy, and they won't settle for anything less than that. And I don't fault anyone for that, because if you know what you like and you like what you like and that's what you want, then date that person. I'm not sitting there telling someone that they should settle or lower their standards or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. At the end of the day, my philosophy is not to have a laundry list, because humans are unique and different altogether. So for me to sit here and say that I want a girl who's 5'5", big boobs, big ass, you know, works as a counselor or has a lot of money, like to sit there and have like a laundry list of those type of things, I think it's not unrealistic, but it's just hard to find. And I wouldn't want to have a list of all these things that I'm looking for. Meanwhile, the perfect woman, or the perfect woman for me, is standing right in front of me, but I don't want to date her because she doesn't have those list of things that I'm looking for. So I never want to do that, or limit myself, so to speak. So that's why I don't have a laundry list. I just like what I like, and I know what I'm interested in. I know what I this is the thing. Like when I first met my ex, one of the reasons why I think probably one of the many reasons why things didn't work out with me and my ex is I didn't really know what I wanted or looked for in a woman. When I first joined Plenty of Fish back then, I just wanted to be in a relationship. I was like that desperate guy. I want to be in a relationship. You know, I want a girlfriend. That was my mode. I didn't, you know, the girl could have been a cardboard cutout or something. As long as she could talk and give me sex or whatever, or buy me, or I could take her out on dates and shit and hold her hand. That's what I was looking for. I didn't have a sense of what I liked in a woman, what I didn't like in a woman. I didn't know, you know. Now I know what I like in a woman. I know what traits I look for and I value in a woman. I know what traits I have absolutely unequivocally no interest in dating. Like I know that, you know, type of woman that I like is a girl who's smart, who's funny, independent, caring, willing to do the little things to make me happy because I would do the little things for her. Things like that I value and I love in a woman. The things I don't want in a woman is someone who's negative and pessimistic and always complains all the time, who's not independent, who's very, very, very insecure. And that's something I can never date a woman who's really insecure. And there's a difference, and there's a fine line between jealousy and insecurity. Insecurity to me that I will not deal with is, let's say, a girl who wants to like go through my phone, want to creep my Facebook and Instagram and get all pissy with me because girls like my shit, like my profiles or my pictures, won't want me to chill with my friends because she thinks I'm sleeping with like half of them. Like, I'm not doing that again. I will not do that. I will not tolerate that, and I will not settle for that. So if girls are watching this right now and you're one of those insecure women and you're all pissed off because I said that and you have your reasons, that's great. You should go date someone else. Because there's 6 million people in the city that I'm sure you can find a date. So I'm not into that. But like I said, I would say my foray in Plenty of Fish has been different this time around, this particular time around. Recently, I would say. I've gotten girls looking at my profile more. Doesn't necessarily mean they message me back, but at least they look at my profile. Like initially when I first joined, like I just had regular like face selfies or just regular pictures of me up. Wasn't getting any messages, not really much. I actually changed my picture like maybe 3 months ago, and it was just basically a picture of me. Like I had been working out, going to the gym regularly. I haven't been going, unfortunately, as much as I would like, but it was basically a picture of me going to the gym. Not going to the gym. It wasn't a gym selfie. It was me before, like before I started going to the gym, and then it was a picture of me going to the gym, like 6 weeks later of my progress. So I had that picture on POF, but then I decided to switch that picture to my profile picture, just because I didn't think, I just wanted to switch it up. And I was getting so many girls looking at that picture, and I couldn't figure out why. I just had no idea why. And then I remember I had went out on a date a few months ago with a girl, and she told me, because girls like to see a progress picture. like where you were to where you are now. Girls like to see that. And I thought that was so interesting. I'm like, really? That's the reason? She's like, yeah. Like girls, some girls like that. And again, I'm not. This is news to me. So women, if you disagree or agree with that, please feel free to hit me up and tell me if that's true or not. But I just thought it was interesting because I didn't think anything of it. So, yeah. So there's that. And I've had girls message me, and and some girls we've talked. But I noticed, like I said, there's some girls that I'll message, and I don't normally when I message a girl on POF, we don't talk. Like I told my coworker this. The funniest thing about POF now with me is if let's say I go on POF and I look for girls to talk to and I actually message them, say, hey, how you doing? Or hey, I read your profile. Think we have things in common, da 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 da. Let's talk. They don't message me. Not at all. Not even a little bit. They don't even message me. Maybe 3 girls have done, like I've messaged them and I said, hey, like I read your profile on this and I agree with this, 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 and this. Only 3 of them have actually messaged me back and said, hey, let's, and then we've actually had conversations. The rest of them don't. And it could be for numerous amount of reasons. I'm not saying they're avoiding me. They could be. They could not be interested, or they could be busy, or whatever the case may be. And I totally get that. But I find that now I only get messages, let's say, if let's say a girl has looked at my profile, I looked at their profile, and then I message them back. And then they respond. That's the only time I get messages on POF. I don't get messages otherwise. It's very rare. And then there's some like I get and it's all in spurts. There's some days where like I will get messages. Like girls will message me on POF, like, but it's very rare. Like maybe 3 girls will message me, say, "Hey, I read your profile. You seem cool," and that's the extent of it. But it's not like we sustain conversation because a lot of times it's like a one-time thing, and they're just on it for that day because they're really bored at work or something, and then once they're off, they get to go live their life and stuff. So, but then I've also got the weird messages too. So I wanted to also preface that like girls are weird on POF too. Like I've had one girl ask me to pay her $70 for sex. No head, by the way. She wasn't willing to give me head. But if I paid her $70, she would let me have sex with her. I had another girl ask me if I wanted to have fun. And I said, nah, I'm good. And she's like, you sure? I like to have fun, no strings attached. No. Which I thought was weird. And these are black girls too, mind you. These aren't white girls that are messaging me this crap. It's black girls that are messaging me this crap. Like with the one girl who asked me for head or asked me for sex for $70, I blocked her. I blocked both of them, but I should have bargained with the black girl that wanted me to pay for sex. Like I should have sweetened the pot. I should have said, listen, for $45, you can lick my butt. Then I kick you out of my house afterwards. And you can't brush your teeth or drink anything or anything. You have to literally lick my ass and then leave. I should have went back and forth with her, but I just didn't want to. But next time, if a girl ever asks me for sex, I'm going to do that. So just be warned. If you message me some crazy shit about sex, I am going to tell you to lick my ass and then get out of my house afterwards. Because the hell are you doing? And the weirdest message I've gotten on there is the girl actually asked me for cocaine. Shit you not. Didn't say hi, how you doing? My name is such and such, none of that. Do you have cocaine? I want to buy some, is what she said. So I wanted to bring those up because, you know, girls always say, oh, guys message me weird stuff. Listen, girls, some of y'all women, y'all message some weird shit too. Because that was weird. Like the cocaine one threw me off because I was not expecting to be asked for cocaine. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. So, yeah, so that's my foray into POF. But my overall feelings about POF are, it's okay, I guess. I mean, it's good because there's a plentiful amount of women that you can message or men that you can message and look at. So if you want to go on there and whatever, that's great. If you don't, then you don't. I mean, it's okay. I don't think it's not terrible. It's not the worst site, but it's not the greatest site. So, you know, it depends on what you like. So, so I'm running low on time, so that's my POF one. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna talk about Tinder, and then if hopefully I can talk about Tinder and Bumble at the same time. If not, I'll do Tinder, then I'll do Bumble afterwards, and I'll give my overall synopsis of these sites. So stay tuned, people.